I've done a few other videos in the past 3 or 4 months that I tried to upload and I had a lot of difficulty, and I'm not sure why. Um, but I'm going to try it again, see how it works out. Obviously, uploading YouTube videos is not on the top list of priorities for me. I've got a job and life goals, things like that. So, but if I can get the technical difficulties worked out, I would be interested in trying to do a little more of this. Today, what I wanted to talk about was I wanted to kind of document my experience with a single malt whiskey that I bought that I wasn't too impressed with. And I haven't drank a ton of because I wasn't too impressed with it. And I just decided, hey, I'm going to try it again, and we'll see what the reaction is now that it's been, I don't know, maybe a year since I've drank any. And this is it. I have a few bottles like this, which are kind of my exiles. This are my lepers of the group that, I try and I go, man, I'm really unhappy with that. And then they get set aside and I just don't do anything with them. Or I have like a blending event or something and I throw them at that. So this one, you can tell it's actually quite a bit of it's gone, but I did host a blending event, and this was one of the feature whiskeys in that event. So naturally, when I do tastings or whatever, bottles get taken care of. So this is Laphroaig Select. I don't remember when I bought this. It probably was close to a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. It's been quite a long time since I've had it. It's 40% alcohol by volume. And of course, with my preparation, I did a whole ton of research on this. Okay. Selecting casks of each of our key styles, stretching back in time. The heart of the spirit is drawn from a final maturation in new American oak casks. So, I mean, what we can conclude from that is, that finishing in the new American oak. Obviously, finishing a new oak for barley-based spirits. Barley isn't a fairly robust grain, so new oak can have the tendency to overpower it. So it's done right, plenty. But I've also tasted other whiskeys where the oak just overpowers it, and you don't enjoy it as much. Other thing, natural color, that's good. They don't say anything about chill filtration. So I'm going to assume it has been chill filtered. Otherwise, I would think they would say it. And I already stated this once, but I'll say it again, 40%. So most Laphroaigs actually are bottled at very good percents. One of my favorites, quarter cask, is bottled at 48%, and I think that's great. So when I bought this whiskey, I'm a big fan of Laphroaig, actually. I just like Laphroaig's style. I like the oily characteristic that Laphroaig has to offer. And I just wanted to try something different. And, over the last 5 years, it's become progressively more challenging to find good single malts with age statements that are bottled at the right proof and are reasonably priced. So as somebody who's looking to explore new single malts, sometimes you can get a little bit desperate. And I live in Michigan, where we have a lot of laws that prevent you from, paying a reasonable price for any liquor. Anyway, right off the bat, you definitely get some substantial and powerful peat. It actually smells a little boozy at 40%, which is a little surprising. You get a little grain in there, and you do get a little bit of the fresh oak smell coming off. But you're not getting the vanilla part of that oak. It's kind of like more just you're smelling the char. And otherwise, it's a little one-dimensional. And that to me is what I remember out of this whiskey. Is it flavor was flat and it was a little one dimensional. Now with time that could have changed, and that was kind of why I wanted to record a genuine reaction of this, because I thought, in all fairness, I mean, whiskeys do evolve over time with the, oxygen and whatever else. So the smoke is very prevalent. It is characteristic of Laphroaig. So you do get that campfire, the oiliness. I actually think of Laphroaig more as that bonfire barbecue smokiness, and Ardbeg, which are the two, in my opinion, two largest powerhouses in peat whiskeys in Islay, as the oily one, really oily. So. There's some interesting spice in it, that I don't remember from days past, and you do get a sense that there are some sherry casks at play here, that add a little bit of a sherry fruity note to it, which is nice. The back half of the whiskey is actually really well rounded, in such a interesting way. Um, Distillate tastes a little rushed. Not what I would deem as some of the best distillate I've tasted out of Laphroaig. Um, Everything is just a little bit shorter than what I expect, but there is a nice kind of enjoyable, um, blend of flavors here, and you do get. I mean, it's heavily peated, which frankly I don't think I would want to buy a Laphroaig that wasn't, except I guess. Well, I got to be careful with that, but it is symbolic in some means of what you expect out of a Laphroaig. So in that sense, it's really nice. It doesn't. The cask still does taste flat, or the cask influence. It seems like there's less cask play than other, like a Laphroaig 10. And there's this kind of astringent, bitter finish. Not bad necessarily, but not terribly good either. Um, so I can see why I maybe didn't enjoy it as much. Um, but probably, I mean, what my mind remembered out of this is, it's not as bad as I was leading it off to be. So, drinkable. I don't remember what I paid for it, honestly. Um, I wouldn't buy it again. I'll say that much. And from a KCM standpoint, we always rate things out of 10 and quarter points. So, um, 7.5, 7.75, maybe. Not overwhelming, but not terrible to drink. I mean, the thing about it is if you think about it as something that you would not mind drinking as just kind of a casual sipper, not a bad choice. I mean, it's certainly more, um, well crafted and flavorful than what you'd get out of a lot of blended whiskeys. But I mean, for the $60-$70 you're paying for a bottle of Laphroaig nowadays in Michigan, I have a hard time really getting excited about this bottle. And I think of, um, the the real cornerstone whiskeys, like you know, the other whiskeys you can buy in similar price ranges from Laphroaig even, and it doesn't make sense. I don't think they're offering anything particularly unique or exciting in this whiskey. I don't even know if they're still making it, honestly. Yeah, I think I did I over embellished its incompetencies or its shortcomings when I originally tried it. But still not a big fan of it. Next time, I will do the same video, assuming I can get this uploaded, which I'm going to try. Next time, I'll do the same video with the Glendronach peated, which is another one that I was severely disappointed with. And I tried that whiskey many times because I love Glendronach 15-year revival, and I love the Kilchoman, not Mocker Bay, the sherry Lochgorm, Kilchoman Lochgorm, actually Ardbeg Ugadal as well. These sherry peated whiskeys are phenomenal. So I thought, God, you know, I love the combination of those two things, that sweet with the smoky, and then you get that little bit of, you know, alcohol play in there, which doesn't make it overly desserty or whatever. And I love that combination. So I thought Glendronach and sherry, or sorry, Glendronach's and sherry is given. Glendronach and peated would be phenomenal. And I never remember it being anything more than disappointing. So we'll try that and see if old K opinion stands up to new K opinion. But this one, I'd say I probably would have guessed this was at a 6 the last time I tried it. You know, so I'm too cynical for my own good. Anyway, this has been Kay with KCM Spirits. I hope you enjoyed, all 3 viewers, and we'll talk next time.